I didn't wake up one day and decide to change. I was forced to. Because every decision that I had made, every shortcut, excuse, the moment I chose comfort over discipline, it all led me to the same place, rock bottom. Pain has a way of stripping you bare. It doesn't lie to you. It doesn't protect your ego. It shows you the truth. And the truth was simple. I was there because of me. My choices, my actions, my lack of discipline. I had no one left to blame. I felt hopeless. Not dramatic hopelessness, not emotional chaos, just emptiness. The kind where you realize that nothing outside of you is going to save you. And then something happened. Not a miracle, not a voice from the sky, a nudge, a quiet realization. Talk to God. So I did. I got down on my knees. And for the first time in my life, I didn't ask for anything. Pleasure, success, or escape. I spoke honestly. I prayed. And in that moment, something lifted. The pain didn't disappear completely, but the weight broke. I felt relief. Real relief. Peace. So, I did it again. And again. Morning, night, every day. Not out of fear, but because I knew I had finally found the foundation. That moment was not the end of my suffering. It was the beginning of my discipline. The beginning of change. The beginning of the path toward becoming a righteous man. Everything that followed, the solitude, the restraint, the clarity, the transformation, it all started there, on my knees, in silence, with God. That moment didn't magically fix my life. It didn't erase consequences. It didn't undo the past. What it did was wake me up. For the first time, I finally became aware. Aware of my thoughts, my habits, aware of how far I had drifted from who I was supposed to be. The rock bottom has a purpose. It removes illusions. It shows you clearly that your future is built on your past decisions. And if you don't change how you think, you will repeat the same life over and over again. That's when I understood something crucial. God does not rescue you so you can stay the same. He rescues you so you can change. And that change doesn't start outside. It starts in the mind. This is where solitude comes in, because you cannot change in constant noise. The world is designed to keep you distracted, entertained, emotionally hijacked. Music, social media, endless opinions, endless stimulation. All of it keeps you reacting, never thinking. And the man who never thinks can never hear God. Solitude is not loneliness. Solitude is training. It's where you sit with your thoughts instead of running from them. It's where you begin to notice which thoughts bring peace and which bring chaos. That distinction changes everything. Because here's the truth. Not every thought in your head is yours. Some thoughts pull you toward discipline, responsibility, order. They're calm, clear, unforced. Other thoughts rush you, pressure you, push you toward pleasure, impulse, emotions. Those thoughts are loud. But God speaks in peace. Temptation speaks in urgency. And solitude teaches you the difference. The more time I spent alone, the clearer it became. Some thoughts strengthened me, others weakened me. And I finally understood. I had been obeying the wrong voice for years. But God didn't shame me for that. He disciplined me. And discipline is not punishment. Discipline is correction. It's God saying, this is the way, walk in it. So I started changing small things. My mornings, my nights, my habits. Praying when I didn't feel like it. Being alone instead of chasing attention. And choosing restraint instead of impulse. Not perfectly, but consistently. And slowly, my mind changed. What once tempted me no longer controlled me. What once felt exciting started to feel empty. Peace replaced chaos. Not emotional peace, stable peace. The kind that doesn't depend on circumstances. That's when I realized getting closer to God doesn't make you weak. It makes you ordered. And an ordered man is powerful. This is also where relationships fall into place. When you're undisciplined, you chase attraction. When you're grounded, you seek alignment. You stop asking, what do I want? And start asking, who do I need to walk my mission with me? God doesn't give a man a woman before giving him direction. He gives him purpose first. Becoming righteous doesn't mean becoming perfect. It means simply becoming responsible, accountable, and self-controlled. It means your word has weight, your presence has gravity, and your mind has clarity. That's the kind of a man this world desperately needs. And it all begins the same way. Not with noise, not with emotion, not with motivation, but with humility, on your knees in silence with God. From that moment, the moment I got down on my knees, to where I stand now, nothing happened overnight. God didn't rush me. He didn't flip a switch and turn me into a different man at once. He taught me something far more important: patience. It has been 2 years, 2 years of discipline, 2 years of solitude, and 2 years of silence. And I'm not saying I've arrived. I'm not saying I'm finished. You know, God's plan is beyond understanding, and no man ever fully masters himself. But I know this much: I am not who I was before. My mind has changed. My perspective has shifted. My tolerance for noise, chaos, and emptiness is gone. This is how God works. He doesn't transform your life first. He transforms your mind. Slowly, quietly, patiently. And patience is something this world hates so much, because patience requires silence. And silence forces you to face yourself. The modern world teaches you the opposite. Never be alone. Never be quiet. Never sit with your own thoughts. Noise everywhere. Music everywhere. People walking with headphones in their ears like silence might kill them. And honestly, I was no different. I used to wear headphones constantly. Going to the grocery store, 5 minutes away, headphones in. Training, music blasting. Going to bed, music playing. Every moment I was alone, I have filled it with noise. Because I hated silence. Because silence exposed me. Music gave me relief. Distraction gave me comfort. But the truth is, comfort was destroying me. Now, I don't even own headphones. I avoid noise. I don't need music. I don't need stimulation. Because I finally understand something. Silence is where the power is. Silence is where God is. Silence is where your true self lives. In silence, you learn who you are. In silence, you learn what you fear. You learn where you're running from. And in silence, you learn discipline. You learn restraint, patience, and you learn to hear. You cannot get closer to God without silence. It's impossible, because God doesn't compete with noise. He waits until the noise is gone. That's why solitude is not optional. It is the path. Not one of many paths. The path. So if you want to become different, become stronger, righteous, you must choose silence. You must remove the distractions, the noise, the people, the habits. Not forever, but long enough to hear again. And yes, the quality of what people listen to today, that's another problem entirely. But that's just for another video. But understand this now. Where you feed your mind shapes who you become. So if you're lost, if you feel empty, if something feels wrong, don't look for more noise. Look for silence. Step away. Get alone. Turn everything off and listen. Because God is not absent. He never was. He's just waiting for you in peace, in stillness, in silence. Choose silence. That is the first step toward God, toward discipline, toward becoming a different man.